Hello, Leo. Welcome to my channel, Live Life in Tarot. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for being here. So glad you could make it. Leo, this is your July 2020 monthly money and finances forecast. Messages coming through to you from Spirit on what you need to know that's going on in the month of July about your money and finances. So, on to your reading, Leo. So, Leo, you have nurture, and I'm going to pick this card up anyway, since when I went to pick this one up, both of them came up. So you have nurture, which is the Empress energy, and you have the heart chakra. And so the heart chakra is talking about love, 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 unconditional love and compassion. And then you have with the nurture here, Empress energy. You could be dealing with the Libra. You could also be dealing with the Taurus and or a Gemini, Leo. But with nurture here, the Empress, you are focusing on what you love, your passion, your desires here, with this heart chakra, or there's something that is opening up your heart, or you are opening up your heart around. Um, but as it has to do with money, um, for nurturing, for some of you, there's a mother figure involved that you're dealing with. That could be you, with that Empress energy there. This is someone that either may be showing you love and kindness, or that you are showing love and kindness to at this time, in terms of financial support. But the Empress is talking about you focusing on your abundance, you focusing on positive giving and receiving, coming from you and from others. This is you focusing on your creativity, being a good administrator over your money and finances. This is you focusing on your pleasures and success, focusing on prosperity. You're focusing on being empowered, being very creative. Um, the Empress energy, this is you taking care of nurturing, to see growth and expansion with your money and finances, and with what you're doing with your money and finances. And you have daydreams and decisions. So for some of you, this is about you following your dreams, okay? Um, and making decisions to that regard. For others of you, this is you experiencing some sort of confusion, or looking at your options, or needing to make the right choice. But this is Seven of Cups energy. Okay, so this is also saying there's a need for you to be careful with how you invest your money, or who you trust with your money as well. Now, you are looking to clear away the confusion, or look at what options you have to expand and grow your money. Or you may be thinking about how to nurture, take care of something for your mom, or your mom may be doing this for you. But with that chakra energy underneath, that's that heart energy, showing love, showing compassion. And perhaps this is something that you're dealing with, or dealing with others, or both. Okay, but there may be a need to have some compassion, or to show some unconditional love here, either to come from you, or that you looking to have come from someplace else, or this is being expected all around, right? With that three energy, this is talking about perhaps you are focusing on the possibilities. You may be mindful, or needing to be mindful on the threshold of where your money is at this time. This is you focusing on your productivity and the initial actions that you may be taking, or may need to take, when it comes to your money and finances. This is you, moving to the beat of your own drum. I'm hearing where, you're focusing on, how you want to come across, and what variables or actions you are going to take in terms of what you want to see happen with your money and finances. And so with that daydream and decision energy of that Seven of Cups, that's that water energy. So there may be some dealings with family, or you just got a lot of emotions here. There may be something that you're very enthusiastic about, or this is a time where there may be a need for you to trust in your intuition. There may be something going on in the romance department, or not going on in the romance department, whereas money is concerned. But some of you, you may be seeking your own identity, or you're coming into your own. But this is you coming into a place of recognition, um, for yourself and about your money and what you're doing with it, and how you are identifying with the things that are occurring in your world or that you want to see occur in your world. So you may be looking at, how you're being influenced with the things that you're dealing with because it is affecting the way that you think, or there may be a need to be mindful of that happening so that you can be clear minded, and make sound choices. Or there may be a need to try to be aware of or pursue as many opportunities as you can. Or maybe you already know what you need to do or have happen for your money and finances. You also have free will, and you have forgiveness. I found this to be interesting. First of all, with free will, this is talking about you doing whatever you want to do. Okay. um I feel like, Leo, a lot of you are coming into a space, or you're trying to come to a space of free will. And I mean, what I mean by that is you want to be, in terms of your money and finances, in terms of, what you got going on, you want the freedom to do whatever you want, right? You want the freedom to make the choices, whatever they are. I also feel with free will, there's a need to be mindful that not only you, but everybody has free will, have the right to choose, to make choices, to make decisions, right? And as it has to do with free will, doing whatever you want, or if someone is doing whatever they want towards you, Leo, as it has to do with money, or, something that is of value to you, because, money is something of value. So this may be around just something of value to you that you really care about, that is, it really is, a heart of the matter for you. Um, there may be the need to allow for forgiveness to come in. But that is your choice as well. But it's also the choice of whoever else you could be dealing with. But I feel the spirit is saying, even though you have free will, it would be better to have forgiveness. Okay? However that applies, you know who you are and what that means for you. But it's better to have forgiveness in the situation despite you having free will. Okay? Or it's okay to forgive or receive forgiveness or forgive yourself. It's okay to allow forgiveness to happen here. But it's free will, it's up to you. Okay, either way, it's up to you whether or not to forgive or not, or it's just up to you. You're where you are focusing on things being up to you, or maybe it's around something that you feel something should be up to you, and maybe you don't feel it is. And it's okay to let forgiveness to come in, to have compassion, um, to show love in a situation where there may be some lack to do with money or with something of value or someone of value. You also have simplify, and you have let prosperity flow, and unapologetically you. Okay? So when it comes to your money, it looks like there's a need for you to simplify. Okay, there's a need for you to look at your money and finances, to work on it, to take care of it, to work smarter, not harder, to simplify whatever you got going on with your money situation so that you can improve it, or, the what you got going on is working out better for you here. Um, I feel like if you find a way to simplify, meaning see what you might be able to cut out, or see how you can, not have money going in so many different directions, or have so much money going out all at once, whatever simplify can mean for you. Underneath simplify, it says dream big, dream big. So you can still dream for what it is you want. to see happen with money or what your goals are. You can still have goals. So I feel like this is saying there's a need to simplify your goals now. There's a need to make smaller goals in order to reach the bigger ones. You might be aiming too fucking high right now, in some way financially, Leo, that is causing you perhaps to feel, be in your feelings or be critical of yourself, or you being critical of somebody else, and there may be a need to have some forgiveness here. Okay, and that whatever you're doing and got going on, that you're nurturing, taking care of, that you're looking to see prosperity, expansion, and success, you have free will on how that can look, right? Maybe what design you have is too big, your how they say your eyes bigger than your stomach. So you see a lot, or you got, what's that other saying, you um what is that, $1 million dreams and $2 pockets, some shit like that, where there may be a need to modify your goals and your wishful thinking and what you see as your luxury or your comfort. Some shit might be a little too expensive, or there's a need to simplify um, the expenses, and however you see able to do that. Or if you are having trouble with it, maybe you feel a little overwhelmed. I mean, we do have that seven, and the seven energy does talk about, could be experiencing a little bit of upheaval and conflict, or there could be some challenges with faith, or there may be a need to see how to redeem yourself, or you could be lacking confidence a little bit, or maybe you coming into your confidence. You may be having issues with your ability, or you may be finding that you have the ability. You could be feeling encouraged, or you may be lacking encouragement. You may be sustaining right now, or you could be lacking the ability to sustain. This, I also feel, though, this is talking about whether you are doing good or you need to. There's a need for discretion here so that you can see progress. And some of you are seeing progress, and some of you progress is uphill challenge that you have to, keep pushing that rock up, or find a way to move forward. But don't be hard on yourself is what I want to say here. Don't be hard on yourself. And also know free will is saying that some of this shit, or a lot of this shit, whether you like it or not, is as a result of the choices that you are making or not making with free will, right? So you are your observer, and you are your own self critic. You might be being criticized by your mother. Well, maybe you're criticizing your mother. I don't know. But when I say let prosperity flow, it looks like you need to simplify things so that you can make that happen. And with unapologetically you're not, I just feel like with unapologetically you're being yourself, right? You're being yourself, or maybe you're being more of yourself. Maybe you haven't always fully been yourself, and now you're doing that shit. And for it to say unapologetically maybe some people around you don't really care for who the fuck they see right now, and so you don't care either. Okay, so there's free will and who is forgiven and who's not going to be forgiven here. But unapologetically this is just you doing you. You doing whatever you got to do for you. Okay? And you showing yourself all the grace and mercy, perhaps. And maybe folks don't like it. But you might be in a time where you letting prosperity flow. Or you're finding that you just got to do you in order for you to simplify shit. And you're trying to get right with what you need to see happen to nurture and expand, or keep what you got going, prospering, and seeing prosperity flow. And you don't care who forgives you for it or not. That may be what's going on here too. You like, hey, you got free will to feel how you feel. You like, I got free will too. And guess what? My will is to prosper and be me. And whatever that looks like, you may or may not like it. Or you might be on some fuck it, because I got to let prosperity flow in this bitch. And so there may or may not be some confusion around that for you or others or everybody involved. But are you making the right choices? And are the choices you making really bringing some prosperity here and growth? And, maybe because you do have observer underneath and it's in question, you might need to go ahead and take a look at yourself. Because, these are dark images. You can't really see who's there. Okay, so you might be observing or being the observer, or you might need to question some things, or someone might need to, someone is questioning you, but somebody's actions is in question here. So somebody doing whatever they want, there's an observer. Some of you might be being spied on. Somebody in particular might be watching you. Okay, and somebody may have a problem with you. You might have a problem with somebody, Leo, but it looks like you're doing whatever you want, or you feel like somebody is, and it got something to do with that money. Or money has put you in a space where you can make do whatever you want, make your own fucking choices. And you're not apologizing for that shit. You're in a space where you're more empowered, maybe. So let's see what's going on. Your overall energy around your money is the Nine of Swords. This is a lot of fears, a lot of worries, a lot of doubt, a lot of anxiety here. I mean, she crying over it. Look at that. So this here is a lot of stinking thinking. Okay, this is somebody, she can't sleep with all them tears. Look at this. She look like she been painting, didn't even paint that good. She might have threw the paint at the wall, all the paint starting to run, right? But this is having a lot of fears and concerns and anxieties around money. And this is you trying to either address those concerns or figure out how to cut out the concerns or let go of your concerns. Okay? Maybe there's a need for you to find some forgiveness for yourself about how you're handling your money, or forgiveness towards somebody else. Or maybe you want some forgiveness from somebody that might be the Queen of Swords. But this is your energy about your money and finances. And so with the Queen of Swords here, this is you um, needing to be smart about your money, needing to be logical and rational and make the right decisions. And so with the Nine of Swords here, what do you need to cut out so you can relieve your concerns or address your concerns here? Okay? Or what is it that you need to look at? Or are you not being rational or logical here? What kind of decisions are you making? Because she kind of looking away, but she's looking at the star. So I feel like this is you trying to be logical, to make rational decisions, to be smart about your money and address all the concerns you have and all the fears. But just know, you may have actual concerns about money. That's understandable. But with it being Swords energy, this is all in your head. Okay? So your concerns may not be real. They're just anticipated. And so you're dwelling on it. So my point is, you got to get rid of this thinking thinking, whether your concerns are real or anticipated, you're projecting or something. Um, you have to get out of your head and stop that thinking. But also, by you being logical and rational and simplifying your money and your budget, this will help relieve some of the concerns that you have, where you may be concerned about how the prosperity and growth of your money, and there may be some confusion around it. You may have less options for money, or less sources of money, or this is you looking for more sources of money. But this is you having a logical approach to come at this, with a clear head, come up with a plan, a strategy, cut out what needs to cut out, look for the truth in everything, and make sensible choices. Okay? And don't put up with bullshit or, fantasies and illusions. Make sure you cut to the quick, the truth of it. So your concern with money is the Five of Cups, water energy. So, family could be, part of this shit for you, right? But your feelings definitely is involved, and so is, you letting stuff weigh on your mind. Or maybe you are releasing it. I mean, you are in the Queen of Swords energy. You starting to release yourself of your concerns, right? Get rid of your worries, fears, and anxieties around money. Because with the concern of the Five of Cups, this is a concern about your ability to recover, concern about whether or not you're going to lose money, concerned about whether or not you're going to be happy about your money, concerned about whether or not you can salvage and recover your money situation, concerned about whether or not you can avoid any loss or disappointment or loss of options around money with this Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is saying, no, however your concerns are, with that five energy, it is a challenging energy because it's about the fear of instability. That there is an ability to resolve it. Okay, there's an ability to resolve it, but you have to shift your focus and focus on what is possible, not what you think is gonna happen, and not what is looking, you know, like a loss or feeling like a loss or even an actual loss. Looking at how to recover. What are the possibilities? Focusing on the possibilities and changing that shit. And getting out of your feelings and getting out of your head here. Okay? So that you can act accordingly. Your challenge is the sun. So this is your energy, Leo. You might be getting in your own fucking way. Right? So your challenge is your ego. Okay, your ego and pride could be getting the best of you and you need to tame that shit, right? But the sun is a challenge, is also saying there could be something to do with a child. There may be concerns around the child as your money may be connected to or involved. But the sun is saying, as a challenge, how can you get a positive outcome if you are experiencing adversities? Or how can you keep a positive outcome going for your money and finances, right? How can you keep a positive attitude about your money and finances? How can you make sure you do very well financially with money and with savings and to be able to see it on the rise? Um, how can you make sure you have abundance, right? How can you have progress? How can you put energy into the situation? How can you break free? Or how can you have clarity here, right? That's all the sun talks about, all of that. So this is your challenge, the sun. So what kind of positive energy actions are you going to bring into the situation or that you can see happen in the situation? But you got to operate from a place of clarity in order to nurture that, right? And you got to be coming from a very grounded, mindful, practical place too. Okay, so in the beginning of July, you do have the Six of Cups. Yeah, so for some of you, there's children involved. For some of you, you are experiencing nostalgia. You focused on the way it was, the way it was, the way my money used to be. I need to get that back to me. That might be where you're at. You're reminiscing about how your money used to look, how it made you so happy and satisfactory and safe and content. Or the Six of Cups is you dealing with someone from the past or something from the past that has to do with money. For some of you, there may be money going out towards children or towards alimony, I'm hearing. Mm. Or just, a family member you could be taking care of. Or, you could be receiving money from somebody or from someone from the past or a family member. But the Six of Cups here in the beginning of July is also saying and suggesting that in terms of your money, that some money does come in for you from someone or from somewhere. Okay, so the Six of Cups is saying you do get some emotional satisfaction with money. Money is coming in for you from someone or somewhere with this Six of Cups, and you get emotional satisfaction. It brings you reconciliation, okay, about your money. Now, you got this Eight of Pentacles around your money and finances. And this is going to be for mid July 2020 regarding your money and finances here. The thing is, it's in reverse. Okay? It's in reverse. So there may be something not working, right? Something might not be working. Or you may not be at work yet, or you may be out of work with this Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Also, the Eight of Pentacles in reverse is saying you may need to learn something. or you are not being prudent. Okay, with the Eight of Pentacles reverse, you may not be being prudent about your money and finances here. You may not be making good use of it. You might not be doing all you can do with this money. Okay? The Eight of Pentacles is also saying you're not paying attention to the details, right? You may not be working so hard either when it comes to money. Um, the Eight of Pentacles is saying also that you may not be working on your budget and you might need to. But something isn't working here, or some detail is being missed, or there's a lack of prudence with this Eight of Pentacles in reverse, or there may be a lack of work. But the Eight of Pentacles, there also may be a lack of seeing progress with your money as well, because this is working hard in building your money and finances. And so there may be a need to reevaluate what you're doing, because eights talk about, the ability to solve problems, to have an awareness, to be able to achieve, to have clarity, to modify. But it also can talk about needing to change your perspective, needing to alter what you're doing or the way that you're thinking about money or how you're planning to use or work with your money here. It is in reverse. Eights also talk about there could be dissatisfaction with your effort or dissatisfaction with something that you were worked for money. There may be a dissatisfactory conclusion with money. Okay, or there may be um, something isn't. There may be some sort of restrictions here, or you may not be getting the response you would like concerning money here. There may have been a lack of self-discretion with money, because the Pentacles energy here talks about, there's something to be concerned about here, but also it's about, what is your authority in this? How are you handling this? And what are you yearning for? Okay, or what are you aiming for, or what are you no longer aiming for here? And are you lacking security, or are you seeking security, or are you having issues with being able to achieve the level of security that you need here? And so this Eight of Pentacles is saying that something needs to change, or there's a problem with changing something. Something needs to be evaluated or reevaluated here, because something isn't working, a detail is missed, or you don't know enough about the situation, or there's a lack of prudence. Nonetheless, or you may just be choosing to stop working on something. You could just be stopping to work on something to simplify what needs to happen around your money. That could be what's going on here too. To turn away or address the concerns or relieve yourself of the concerns here. Because at the end of July, Leo, you have the star. For some of you, you're dealing with an Aquarius, and the star is saying that you have everything you fucking need, right? You have everything you need financially. This is healing with the star. This is that hope, that vitality is back into your money right now. You get it back, or you build it, but you're the star of the show here. It's going to take your doing, take you putting the work into it. Okay? Maybe you stopped working on it and now you got to get back to it. Maybe this is where you need to forgive yourself, and that, own up to your decisions and choices here. And just be logical here, and do what you need to do to address the concerns or cut out the things that need to be cut out. Because your likely outcome here is the King of Cups. So you could be dealing with the King of Cups, okay? Water energy. But this is having mature emotions or getting emotional satisfaction financially. But the King of Cups is also asking for you to take more responsibility and accountability with your money and finances here. And I feel that you do. With that King of Cups, you have the Seven of Swords. Don't like that energy too much, except for strategy. So are you strategizing here? The seven of swords is saying, be careful about being taken advantage of what you choose to take advantage of. Be careful about your strategy and plans. Be careful about any stealing or theft, deception, lies, or betrayal here. Okay, be careful. The seven of swords energy is a deceptive energy, and again, it's speaking to sevens. And sevens again can talk about conflicts and challenges here. Um, so you may be trying. You may be trying to figure out what you can get away with, or maybe you should not be trying to figure out what to get away with. You want to be careful with using the seven of swords because this is you focusing on an escape, right? Thing is, how do you go about that escape? Because the King of Cups is asking you to be more accountable and more responsible to that regard with the way you need to escape or move away from the difficulties here. And so, seeing this star here, I would say this is you being more accountable and taking more responsibility about what needs to be worked on and done about your money and finances, simplifying things, cutting out where you can cut things out with that Queen of Swords energy, focusing on the way to recover and not crying over spilled milk, but looking at how to salvage things or how to avoid any loss by making some changes here, getting a grip emotionally here, showing some prudence, seeing how to rectify the situation, getting clarity on the situation, putting the energy and effort into it to see a positive shift here, and being accountable and responsible and making sure that your strategy and plans measure up to what needs to happen to relieve you of your concerns. But this King of Cups energy, this is you taking responsibility. Let's look at one more card that will summarize this King of Cups and Seven of Swords. You have the Ace of Wands. And so the Ace of Wands is saying that this is requiring you to be motivated. Requiring you to be motivated, requiring you to desire to make things happen, to focus on what you can manifest, to see what you can receive, right? To focus on the opportunities and see what opportunities can present themselves to you or that you can create. The Ace of Wands is also saying that some money could be coming in for you, some creative opportunity or um, the potential for money to can come in for you. A gift of money can happen for you. The Ace of Wands is also saying this is a need to recenter, okay, so that you can stay on top of things. This is saying you may need to come up with a new concept or a new way to invest, but to have some drive and ambition about your situation and also have some empathy. Don't be hard on yourself, okay? Use that energy to fuel taking the lead here, seeing what you can initiate, or seeing what you can receive. But with the Ace of Wands here, I do see your money situation being okay, but it'll be better if you are accountable and responsible and do more of that, right? So, for some of you, you could be in your feelings because you might be dealing with some money being taken and you need to figure out how to replenish. But this is like, how do you replenish energy? Okay, and what do you go about doing to do that? Because again, we do have unapologetically you, so you could be using the Seven of Swords to cut other people off that um, you're supposed to give money to, and you're just not gonna work on that shit because you're gonna focus on you. Just be careful because sometimes you get away with something and then it comes back. But I do see you being okay, but it's gonna require you making it okay. Okay, and King of Cups could come in and help you out here too. But be careful that there isn't a King of Cups energy that's coming to take away from what you have. You need to make sure that you're taking care of overcoming any adversities you may be having and focusing on making sure your shit is positive and that you're seeing the prosperity flow because there's an ability to get that going. You do have that Empress energy there to start nurturing and seeing the success you need. But that's Earth energy. That means you got to do the work. There's a 3 there. You got to do the work. The Empress is a 3. You got to do the work. Okay? And it may require you turning to others. And let's take a look at what your guidance is. You do have positivity, faith, and optimism. You open the doorway to positive experiences and opportunities with your positive expectations and energy. Do not allow negative energy or temporary setbacks to interfere with the path that you are on. Keep the faith and keep going. And look, there's a lion here and a little baby lion. It's like, be mature, don't be immature. Be responsible, don't be irresponsible, right? Have some self discipline. Children don't normally have that self discipline. Have some self control. This is lacking self control. So you may be warring within yourself, right? Whether to be or not to be responsible, to be or not to be accountable as much as possible. Stay positive and stay optimistic and keep the faith. Keep going. Where you make mistakes, forgive yourself, but learn from your mistakes and work on them and change them. Okay, let's turn that Eight of Pentacles upright. On that Eight of Pentacles, we do have the Nine of Wands. Yeah, so you do get to persevere, but you're gonna have to fight for it. You're gonna have to fight for it. You're gonna have to defend. You're gonna have to be in the pursuit. But you can overcome this. Okay? Stay on guard. Something that you gotta stay on guard with about your money and finances, Leo. Stay on guard. I feel like this is more about you missing some sort of details. Okay, you overlooking something, or this either some misinformation, lack of information, not seeing the information, or not having that awareness. There's a lack of awareness here that you need to have. There may be something you need to not work on here, and you might need to stand your ground with that. Be careful what you say here. She has like this metal contraption around her face, so you might need to be careful about what you say. What you say might make something work or not work. Okay? And this is involving others to some extent. And there may be something you need to protect. You got the way of dog. But all in all, with this King of Cups here, just have more responsibility and more accountability to your money situation. Use wisdom here. Make the right decisions. Address your concerns. Get out of your head. Get control of your emotions. Stay grounded and be practical in your approach. And you will be able to see progress and growth with your money. But you will need to simplify things. Now, if you're going to be unapologetically you, okay, but it better be right. I hope these messages help. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, Leo.